All right, Zach Lambastus.
What? What did you say?
Yeah.
Was that English?
Lamb-based. He wants us to get lamb-basted. Lambasted.
Welcome back for week 5 of Breakpoints. I'm Sam. Joined with me always is Taylor and Zach. And we've got our extra special guest this week, DM Armada. How's your week been?
Hello. It's been good. I've had a good week. I went back to work and then played a lot of Talishar because I went back to work. So I'm feeling very, very caught up on my matchup spreads and how to play the decks I love to play. It's been great. I don't know what everybody else is talking about.
I went back to work.
Wonderful.
And therefore, I played a lot of card games this week.
Dude, I tell you what, man. When you go back early as a teacher and you've already taken care of all your business, you're literally looking at walls going, I guess I'm paid to stay here until 5 p.m. And so we do everything we can, and then I play Talishar. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, I would say I have no room to speak. I do IT security stuff, and one of the only websites that's unblocked is Talishar, and I'm the guy that audits it. And who's going to audit me is me. I was like, Talishar's good, I guess. Check it off.
Not quite as lucky. You're going to work in a hospital the whole time, so hands on.
I just in a little cubicle, type my stuff up. I'm like, I think as I'm programming, I'll have a game of Talishar over here. It's
that sounds awesome, dude. I love that.
It's the way to do it right there.
So is that how your week has been, Taylor? Anything crazy other than some Talishar fun?
Nothing too crazy. I decided to go to Kansas City. I start prep today for it. Pretty excited. I still don't know what I'm prepping yet. I got 4 decks, all sleeved up, looking at them.
How do you see test
some are really bad?
Think anything other than Victor, bro? Come on, dude. That card's insane.
Oh yeah.
It's well, the reason is because I played Gravy into your Victor, so it's is it really fixing it?
Yeah, we have not seen a card that solves the problems that Victor has by any means whatsoever. It's just hey, we know you beat Cinder already. What if you absolutely walloped it?
we can go to that in a few minutes because I think the Mastery set is one of the most interesting sets we've got from a pure experience of what it's trying to achieve, but it's not fixing anything. It's just I'm getting cards that make certain matchups better, but I'm already 60% into those. I was I'm still losing to Verdance. I'm still going to be losing into Gravy. It's oh my god.
See, that's what I want to hear from y'all, I guess, when we get to that topic. What do you think the purpose of that product is? Because I think the purpose of the product is different than what a lot of people point to and say it is. Yeah. So I'd be curious to hear y'all's thoughts.
So we can dive right in, I guess. My week was nothing special, so we don't need to talk about it. And we'll get around to Zach's week. It wasn't crazy either, I'm sure.
I kind of want to hear about that though too. I'm not gonna lie. How's the jet lag treating you?
It's been interesting. We got back Tuesday at 3 a.m. We landed in Charlotte and then drove 3 hours home. And when we got home, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Singapore, 4 a.m. at home, and so we were like, "You want to watch a movie?" And so we were up until 5. It was awful. And then we both went back to work on Thursday. And the first day of work, they're at 3:30. I roll over and I can't sleep. And I look over and my wife's already playing on her phone. And I'm like, oh, so this is just what we're both doing. And so we sat there watching TikTok together for 2 hours before we both had to go to work.
Oh,
jet lag has sucked.
Yep. Yeah, that was not good for me either when I was on that side of the world. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's been a lot to recover from. That and the 24-ish hours you spend just on planes to get to that side of the world. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Yeah, and we're going to do it all over again in the spring.
Oh, I know, dude. I'm so excited.
I hate all these trips. Anyway, let's go back.
Yeah, dude. Man, that's the thing is as much as it sucks traveling there and back, I wouldn't trade these experiences for anything. There's so much fun and getting to see the world with my wife like this is a dream come true. So listen, for all the bads, I will take it and smile.
100%.
Yeah. At least, going to Yokohama is going to be a little bit easier due to the new ProQuest rules, but...
Man,
all right, we're going to open all the worms immediately.
I was dude, just get started. Just get started.
He's loaded for bear.
Man. All right, so we'll get a little bit of baseline going. Singapore just happened. We're fully into heavy hitters. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got super slam
That was
on
last
the
year,
line.
buddy. That was you're 2024. Come
We're
on
fully into
now.
high seas. All the heroes are performing in relatively different levels. How are we feeling about how this set is like fully come to bear now? Do we feel like it's in a good spot? What are we thinking?
So I'm a firm believer that the set is like a top 3 or 4 set of all time. Like, Puffin's not performing exactly great. I think Marlin's probably like a B tier, but no one wants to explore her because of the Gravy matchup. And then Gravy is just Gravy. Literally. Is like, Gravy is probably one of the most... it is probably the best designed board state hero we've ever had from a play perspective, I believe. It has counterplay to it. But as we've seen, Gravy decks get a little bit more tuned. He's pretty gnarly. But from like a design perspective, I think the set is a 10 out of 10. The limited's the best limited we've ever had in Fab, bar none. I think it was a home run as a set.
As someone who plays a lot of Victor, I hate the set, bro. I hate the set. I'm kidding. No, I actually like, not to like completely echo Taylor, but like the fact that like this set has been such a home run in limited makes me love it, because that's something where I feel like we either get a really good like constructed set or we get a really good limited set, and we never really get both. And so I feel like they've kind of like brought it all together here, even though like I think Gravy is more powerful than like everybody else wants to like really talk about. All I hear is people say, oh, like it's completely fair, and like, and this is in no way a shot at Steven, but it's like nothing should be banned and like all this kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, did y'all see the top 8? Like, did you all watch this past weekend? Like, I don't know. So it's very powerful, but I really like the set a lot.
I don't know. I think it's like a C tier set. Like it's like a high C's tier set. No,
oh my god,
it's the best set that
Yes.
it's the best set that they've released. It is but the best set that they've released. And I think I will say this, it is not a perfect set, because I do think that Gravy is too far down the power level, and I think that the other 2 heroes are too far down the other side. So if we were talking perfect set, I would try to meet those a little bit more in the middle than they are currently in the meta. But if we're talking like limited, it's the best set that they've ever released. I think it's the most fun set to like experience. I am biased in the fact that I love pirates, of course, so I do have a connection there. But tell me that the idea of hiding treasures and finding treasures is not executed in this set to a high level. There's going to be people that complain about every little thing, but are you kidding me? Like, it is such a cool way to celebrate the theming of a set, to literally take treasures, put them in packs, and put them in every single box. It is like the step-up execution of what we got in Part the Mistveil to the perfect limit. I think there's like 1 or 2 things I would change about that execution and the overall set. And I mean, if that's the worst that I can complain about or someone can complain about, are you kidding me right now? Now, I will say this. I think Aggro Blaze is correct. I do think you could touch the deck. I certainly think you could bring the power level down. And I could argue that if you are making changes to a deck and a meta for the highest 1% of players, then you should probably touch that deck by taking away Red Swell. That's probably what you should do. Outside of that, and if you are really doing the lion's share of your balancing for the lower tier events, I don't think that deck deserves to be touched, nor do I think maybe the top 5 decks deserve to be touched. I think it's ridiculous to argue otherwise if you're looking at balancing from a tier 2 kind of average. If you're looking at balancing from tier 4 and you're like, okay, the Michael Hamiltons and all the Michaels of the world are too good on this deck, so therefore we're going to change things, I grant that. But I don't think that's where they're leaning, and I don't think they should be leaning that way. I could be wrong, but I don't think it should be balanced that way.
I love that you brought up Red Swell, because I think in me and Sam's conversations about banning, possible bans coming in September 1st, that was like our number 1 like card to just like that, or like Blue Tipple. I think both cards are possible, but like Red Swell was like, do you want to kneecap the ceiling or the floor of the deck? And I think kneecapping the ceiling is better and Red Swell would just be the perfect card for that.
Yeah.
Yep, I 100% agree. I think if you're going to take just a little bit off the top, then Red Swell is the perfect candidate to do exactly that. And honestly, I don't really see another build of any of the other pirate heroes that really care about Red Swell. So taking that also doesn't like kneecap one of those decks as well. So I think it's a fantastic move. I think Tipple is seeing more and more embracing in Marlin. And to take a blue Tipple off the board kind of sucks for her, who's already not in a good spot. I would love for her to be a B tier deck. I think that's ambitious, but I would love that to be the case. I've been playing her this past week, and so that's why I say that. Because she's really fun. She's really fun, and she scratches an itch that I didn't know I had with Ranger. And I would love for her to be in that B tier range, but I don't know.
Oh, don't say that. My Kansas City decks are sweating. Like, oh.
Yeah, that's been Taylor's past couple weeks. Has been jamming the Marlin, talking about how great she is.
Oh, you got to tell me more about it then.
Oh, don't even get me started. Oh, I pretty much got vetoed to not play it at Kansas City though. I reached out to like 3 people I trust, and they were just like, "Hey, don't buy tickets if you're gonna play Marlin." And I was like,
cooler heads
okay.
are prevailing in that sentence.
I know, but like, throwing like a King Shark Harpoon for 13. Oh,
it feels good, right?
It
feels good. Yeah,
it's so much fun.
Tipple, like King Kraken Harpoon for 10. Yeah, come on now. Like you can have some fun with that, man.
Oh. Oh. What's your thoughts, Zach, on the other heroes that we've seen outside of Gravy? Like, have you played into any Marlins or Puffins as Victor?
Yeah, I've played against quite a few of them. And both of the decks are very interesting because Marlin has a lot of overpower. And I think a lot of people like really think that Victor can just block overpower like no problem at all. And that's not always the case, because if you throw something at me like, like the King Shark Harpoon for 13 and it's overpowered and I don't have a block card in my hand, I'm taking a bunch of damage, and like, a bunch is going to leak through and you're going to get to like, have your pick of the litter. So it's interesting. Victor normally comes out on top, but it's a very interesting matchup, I think. And Puffin's really neat because when you clash with Puffin, it's a very, very close, interesting clashing battle back and forth. So there's a lot of 6s, there's a lot of 7s in their deck. And so it makes it really interesting to clash with that deck. So I don't feel like either matchup is like free by any means. And I think that Victor's just slow enough to where you can get enough value if you know your deck, like the ins and outs of your deck very, very well. I think there's room to win those matchups there.
I think that these 3 heroes are perhaps like the best designed heroes from a thematic and execution standpoint. Like if you're looking mechanically, like it feels like you're playing a mechanologist. Like if I were to just say the word mechanologist to a D&D player, they would probably come up with something that feels akin to what you're doing as Marlin. You're like moving cogs, you're moving pieces, you're constructing something, you're making a thing go by doing another thing. Like it feels very mechanologist. At the same time, like it from a functional standpoint, I love the fact that you are, if you're managing things correctly, you're essentially playing with this 5-card hand constantly, which feels super cool to play, right? And it's very scary at times to play against because you're like, sweet, I just took 2 cards, and then they're like, cog, tap, cog, they have another card, oh crap. Well, now they're playing a 4-card hand because they kept their arsenal. This sucks. Like, I didn't gain anything in that. And then they're like sending 3 plus like 10, and it's like, this is stupid. I wanted the value. So I appreciate that. And then I think Marlin does a very similar thing with like targeting the harpoon style, or like making it feel like I'm going to go big, tall, and make it like this painful hit that is hard to block because it's a literal harpoon flying at your face. I like the theming of all of the heroes. I think all of the heroes like really, really hit on that. And again, it's why I feel like this is the best set, because I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other set that really nails it to this degree from like a theming standpoint. Is there any that stand out to you? Like even just in the past couple of years, Outsiders maybe?
Outsiders was fantastic. I liked Heavy Hitters a lot because I felt like it almost felt like Welcome to Wraith 2.0. So
Yeah.
it was like whenever I was playing the game, it felt like I was fist fighting my opponent via cards. We're having that scrappy battle to the very last. But no, like in terms of like thematic feeling, like even just having the macro just makes it feel so thematic.
The
with
macro
everything.
kills it.
I mean, yeah. Again, that card needs to be in Classic Constructed. It needs to be in Constructed. They need to print that as an expansion slot card so that we can have that experience.
Just like
more
a
often.
Scurv landmark condo.
Oh, dude, a pirate hat that puts it straight into play. Oh,
Oh, that's a good idea.
oh
Actually.
my gosh. Oh,
That's a
That
good
would-
idea, but I really want
that'd
a
be so-
pirate hat to be able to make me a pirate, so I can't have two pirate hats.
Portrait
because then I'd
Illustrated.
just be
So it
Okay.
just makes you a
too much.
pirate and it gives you Treasure Island. Boom.
whoa, Kasai being a pirate would
Oh
just.
yeah, this
Oh,
is
no,
what I'm
no.
angling for. This is what I'm angling
no.
for. I want Tipple
That's
Kasai to
not
be a
allowed.
thing.
Oh my goodness. Tipple Kasai would be a
That's
monster.
not allowed at all.
Tipple Kasai,
Yeah.
I would probably have to like take a break from competitive
Well,
blood for a
if there's
while.
Tipple
No, you would
Kasai,
play it. No,
that's
you would
probably
play
There's
it.
Tipple Victor.
You would play that deck.
Tipple Victor.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, come on, like
Go on.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Man, can you
No,
imagine
do you
you
see-
pay one to discard a card and then draw 2 cards?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying, guys. Everybody
No.
should have access to being a pirate. Everyone
No.
should be able to be a pirate in some way, shape, or form. Maybe there's some limiting factor. You can play X amount of pirate cards in your deck, and you obviously you have to reveal that card first. Like if it's a hat, oh look, I'm playing the pirate version of this character. I think there's ways around it, but the fact that pirate is such a universally beloved thing, and that technically anyone can turn pirate at any point. It's like Breaking Bad in a way, right? You should be able to make any hero a pirate. Pirate Runeblade? Come on.
Breaking Bad.
Pirate
Victor,
Wizard.
that's what I'm talking about.
The pirate hat just says you can play 9 Tipples in your deck and that's it. It's just like-
Yeah, that's it. Everyone gets 3
So,
conquerors.
okay.
There's your deck. That's what you get.
Sure.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I'm processing.
Yeah, I'm still
like,
thinking about how the crazy things we could do.
raise an army for 7. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, man. Good game.
That'll be
turn 2.
gravy. Crush gravy.
Oh,
right there.
man.
Something would have to get banned from that deck.
Sword.
Tipple Kasai, something would-
Centauri, Centauri,
Tipple.
Centauri, Centauri,
ban
Centauri,
Tipple.
Centauri, sword. Hey, if Tipple has to die for me to see my pirate dreams come true,
That's one you're
Oh,
willing to
man.
take?
I'll get all my pirate stuff signed, and then they'll be banned, but I'll just keep them in the binder and look
That'd
at
be
them.
cool.
It's fine.
Waiting patiently for the LL Battle Harden on Sunday.
Dude, by the way, have y'all tried any of these heroes in LL? Like, have you tried Cash In
Oh,
Gravy
yeah.
Bones?
Oh, it's silly.
I heard it's really good.
Dude, oh my god. I played one game and I almost tweeted about it on the spot. And I lost that game, but it didn't even matter. It was like, I played Cash In into Arsenal Toma Fiendal off for rum into 10 cards. Like, what am I looking at my hands like this? What do I do?
my gosh.
It's great.
You just run 3 Humperdinks because you just always have the resources for it. It's
You might as well,
it's
yeah.
so sick. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Take it into my
I've
LL
been
deck.
testing. I've been testing Art of War Marlin with Death Dealer.
Oh, that would do
Sheesh.
it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's solid when she had Death Dealer and when she could just play go again arrow after go again arrow after go. Yeah, she was pretty nuts.
She's still solid. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna talk about it. She's still solid. Okay.
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 All right. All right. Keep your secrets.
So coming from like High Seas, I want to like transition over to the Guardian Mastery set of what we've seen
The
so far.
Gardery
What's everyone's-
lame pack, more like
The
Jesus.
polar opposites.
Oh my
And
god.
how happy I
I
am with
know.
these sets.
What's-
I
oh,
saw Arc Spoiler card and I was like, this mastery pack is about to go crazy.
Yeah.
And then I saw all the other
yeah.
cards and I was like, wait a minute. I think we got the only one.
Hey,
saw
my
the
card's
first
really
one.
good. My card's really good.
Yeah, you're good for gravy.
It
Your card's insane for-
protects allies, man. You kidding me?
Dude,
Card's
I
good.
read it and I was like, they're gonna throw CNC at Chum, and you're just like, no. It's like, okay, good game, man. Good game. It's like,
That's pretty solid.
dude,
That card's
Your
so
card-
good, gravy. I'm so
it-
excited for it.
it's so insane.
The fact that that card blocks 3 kind of blows my mind, to be honest.
The fact that it blocks 3 and also has 3 pitch is like wild. It is that the more I thought about your card, Steven, the more I continued to be like, oh, like we might just be slamming this in decks. This is really, really good.
It feels like, like there's like the occasional ripple away, the card that just
Yeah.
kind of makes the deck, because it does the one thing. This is that. Except it's better than that because like for specifically Gravy, it's better than that, but it's also a meta answer, like a little bit of a silver bullet, but it's like a balanced one into like, hey, I'm about to win the game because I dominated this. You're dead. I have to give up a card to stop the fact that it's dominated so I can live. Like I like that about it, but yeah, no, for Gravy, it's pretty crazy.
It's not even that terrible like for the card either. Like on offense, being a 2-card 5 at blue, it's like. It can be doing better things, but as far as like putting that card in your deck, you draw quad blues. Best thing you do is a 2-card 5. You're like, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Floor so high.
The floor on this card is insane. Oh man,
I completely agree.
Yeah, it should have been a
Sam.
6 so we could pop angels. Heralds. That's a big miss there. It's a big miss.
It's just why stop there? Make it a 7. It's like
That's right. Play around Triumph. What are we doing? Play.
So I mean, there's been a few good cards, I would say. Like, and when I say a few, I mean I'm talking like maybe 3 or 4. Like maybe. Like Ed's card, like the TheCardGuyz spoiler, like should have been last. It's peak in this set so far, unless there's something else coming. I like Steven's card is good, although I'm gonna be honest as Victor, it's like whatever. Like it'll fit into other decks and make me cry, like Taylor's talking about, where I can't kill a chum or something. But
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at Kansas City. Someone's gonna do it to you, and you are going to flip the table.
But I mean,
dude, no, it's even better for Gravy because like you get like I got Sawbones out, and so they're gonna like try to kill Sawbones Xaxes, and Sawbones like taps obviously. So you just like nope. Yeah, you should have hit it with a 4. Sorry. Great.
You can even discard it like on your turn, dude. You like make Wonder Grave happen without like activating Gravy. The more I think about this card, the more I hate how good it is.
Yeah, it fits really well into Gravy. It's gonna it'd probably be like I don't know. It's probably is it a 3 of? Is there something else that you don't like better than that card?
It could make it. I don't know. I think like it sounds so good on paper, but at the same time, the deck actually has so many good blues to run that like, what do you take out to put it in? You know, like that's the strange argument that you're kind of sitting in because the deck is actually pretty capped on blues. So it might end up being one of those cards that like is kind of good and you see it splashed in here and there, but not actually make the cut because you have to cut something good to replace it. But to me, it sounds like y'all don't like this upcoming Guardian Mastery pack.
Oh man, no. So I was talking to Sam. I think there's like a secret fun deck in here that I've been trying to like piece together, where it's like a aggressive fatigue map deck where you're like actually like clashing, destroying cards on top of your opponent's deck, and it's actually like an aggro deck. I like cool.
that. Yeah, I think that's very cool. Very maybe more casual, sure.
Yeah. Definitely like a dynasty-ass like fun archetype. I don't think I'd bring it to a call or anything, but it's like.
Oh, you know what? Taking that in armories,
it looks kind of legit.
He's taking Marlin to it. What are you talking about? You're like Battle Art in Kansas City. I'm taking Marlin, but I'm not gonna bring the aggressive Guardian good numbers make you mill your deck. Dak, what is this?
I don't want to talk about.
I'm just gonna bring the fun deck after I win my first peak here. It's easy.
I'll do a 6-card 13.
Wait just a minute.
Instead. That's what I'll do.
What did Sam say? What did Sam say? I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I think there's some really fun things, and this set really hits, like, kind of like what Steven was talking about. I think my original expectation was that, like, I thought this set was going to be like, oh, here's all these cool tech cards for you to play in the sideboard, and you're going to get some, like, cool things to do. But a lot of the tech cards have felt very niche, and I guess that's the point. I mean, that's why we call them tech cards. You know, like, you're not going to get spinal crushes in this set like every single time, so it makes sense. But it feels like this set was really designed around crack shuffle play, which I know is like one of their like big goals or whatever, so I feel like it's really fit that role like on that level. But the tech cards have seemed like not enough tech for me to like really fit and to like fit into those slots in my sideboard is kind of like the vibe I've gotten so far.
If we are going to circle back all the way to the original question of what do we think the actual purpose of this set is, I think you kind of hit it. This is designed to be crack shuffle play. It's supposed to be something you can pick up, learn the game. It's not overly complicated, and all these cards really like hate on each other as the Guardian class. And as far as that goes, I think it looks like it's going to do the job. It doesn't look like it's too high power. It doesn't look like anyone's going to have like a lot of feels bads really. Like worst thing these cards are doing is blowing up one of your seismic surges in a crack shuffle play environment, it feels like. And no.
Here's the thing. I don't think that this is a designed for crack shuffle play type set. I think the purpose of the set, and I haven't heard anyone say this, and I think this is maybe my failing and other people's in the content creator sphere failing. I think the purpose of the set is to be a gateway onboarding tool for the Guardian class for either new players or players who want to invest in a new class that they haven't put time, effort, and money into. If you want to start playing and fall in love with Guardian, which is a great class and a storied class in Flesh and Blood that hasn't always gotten its due, this is the product you go and you pick up. And if you don't want to just buy packs or buy singles from this, hey, at least we can soften the blow by saying you can crack shuffle play this, and it's very well set up to do so because it is a singular focus class set, right? Mm-hmm. So like it has the dual purpose of being a playable, like out of the box type set, and also allowing players to onboard themselves into a brand new class that they may not be invested in monetarily already at perhaps a cheaper cost point. I think that's the true purpose. And if that's the purpose, rather than just let's feed class X very powerful cards, here's just smorgasbord of cards that are really, really good, so all of your decks are now those cards. If it's not that, I think it's doing a great job, from what we've seen, of being the other thing. I think that's the purpose of the set, and I think a lot of people maybe look at this and go, well, this is a miss because it isn't, just give me all powerful cards that completely change what I'm doing as a Guardian already. I think it's the other way. I think this is a set for more people that aren't Guardian players to become Guardian players. Am I wrong on that?
That is a super interesting take. And now that I'm looking and I'm thinking about like a lot of the cards that I've seen from that aspect, I mean, your theory makes a ton of sense, because it's like a lot of these cards are cool and they do some fun things that allow you to like get introduced to the class, but they're not doing these like broken things like Dominate a Crippling Crush and making your opponent cry at every turn. So, I mean, I think that's probably the best take about this set, and definitely the best way to like rationalize why some of the cards, at least from like an experienced Guardian player's point of view, like feel kind of lackluster in certain situations. It makes a lot of sense.
I think one of the problems with it, if it is trying to address getting into the Guardian class, is that what I would call probably an overwhelming majority of these cards are geared towards fighting other Guardians. Like, even the legendary boots that we saw are ways to kind of like combat Guardian. If anything, this feels more like the set that's geared towards hating Guardians from like all the other classes of the expansion cards and Guardian on Guardian kind of like interactions. I think if there are a lot more generic cards, which I think we're kind of starting to see with this like mill identity that's coming out, if there are a lot more like geared towards a singular archetype that, hey, this is how you can start playing Guardian, this is kind of like the basis for the class, fatigue and running your opponent out of cards is a very real strategy that all Guardians can do, and this is how you start. I can see that. But right now I see a lot of cards that are geared toward hating on what Guardian has. Like a lot of these heave cards say, crush on hit, deal something bad to a Guardian. And only a Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sam, isn't that kind of like, I think this is where you and Steven are almost kind of saying the same thing, because if we're trying to get players into the game, but we also want a crack shuffle play environment, don't you kind of have to have both worlds like kind of meet in the middle there? Mm-hmm. Like that, because I've had a lot of people DM me and say, hey, this set looks more like an anti-Guardian set, and I'm like, well, if you're playing the Guardian Mirror, sure, it is the anti-Guardian set, but it's like, we're not just saying, oh, here's a cool Ranger card, like Guardian gets screwed. So like, I think it kind of fits both roles of what you and Steven are saying in a sense.
I don't think it can be an anti-Guardian set if it's made up of only Guardian class cards and generic cards, right? Because the only people that have access to these anti-Guardian cards are Guardian players and the few generics that we've seen, like the spoiler card I put out, right? Outside of that, but I've heard people say exactly that. This is the anti-Guardian set. And to me, it makes no sense, because like, this is the set that allows people to start becoming Guardians at a, wider clip. And if that's the case, then, well, yeah, there's going to be playing more Guardian mirrors. Maybe those cards are actually interesting inclusions if you expect Guardian to get in any way, shape, or form better or more supported and therefore more meta. I don't know though. To me, it strikes me as one of those like products that I don't think people quite grasp the complexity of or the purpose of, because I think the preconceived notion is that it's just good Guardian cards before that, like they started spoiling it, and then it wasn't all just like 28,000 crippling crushes.
I mean,
and it's like not going to be that, right?
I kind of get that, but I think on the other side of the coin is if you want people to get into the game playing Guardian, you want more cards that affect all decks, because it feels really bad if you comprise your deck of a bunch of these cards that hate on Guardian, you take it to your local RTN or PQ, and you hit like 1 out of 5 of your rounds as Guardian, and then half your deck doesn't do anything. So I definitely see what you're saying, where you're coming from. I think that it's not quite at the point right now where I would think it's really meeting that secondary goal of getting you into the Guardian class without a little bit of a broader base for attacking just the general game.
I feel like we saw some of those powerful cards that do exactly that, like Test of Iron Grip is nuts. Like, how many of those cards do you need to print for this set to be a success from a Guardian player's perspective?
If we're talking about
without, of course, sacrificing, cutting the set off at the knees because you didn't,
100%.
play it and test it and like make it playable for crack shuffle play.
Yeah. I think the bare minimum for you need is not necessarily like crazy cards, but cards that affect all heroes. Like, a lot of the Guardian cards that are included in all the generic Guardians right now are your blue 6 Debilitate, Chokeslam, things that have like these incidental damage into a ton of decks, and their floor is a blue 3 block with 6 power. It's a 2 for 6. It does great. That's not the floor of a lot of the cards that I'm seeing coming out. I think that's the biggest difference with what I'm seeing. If there were more of these like cards that, incidentally hit your opponent and not yourself, because I think they printed 4 cards that can very actively hurt you if you resolve them, but also hurt your opponent. Like the one that bottoms your arsenal if it crushes, or the one that lets your opponent draw a card, but it's a 2-card 8. But it's not really, right? If they're drawing a card off of it. So a little bit more of just a slightly more powerful effect on these cards, and I think it would be actually really good for exactly the purpose you're describing.
Can I offer a small counterpoint here? And if you guys
absolutely.
keep talking, please. I was like, I don't want to cut you guys off.
No.
But shut up, Taylor. Nobody cares what you think. Go back to Marlon and be quiet. Nobody cares. So I feel like one of like LSS, and like really like anybody who looks at the Guardian class, like one of the main concerns has to be the power level. Like, I understand that we want cards to be slightly more powerful, and as someone who loves playing Guardian, I think I want cards to be slightly more powerful too. But think about how good Guardian's been over the last 3 years of the game, with like in respect to like the fact that we're doing things with crush effects. Like, Spinal Crush is one of the better cards, and you can just jam 2 cards in front of it and like not feel its effect. So I think that if we start being a little bit too aggressive with some of these cards, like if there are 3 cards in the set, like Test of Iron Grip, I think they've gone too far, in my 100%. Opinion. Like, I think that's too much value for us, and then we really have to start being careful. Because imagine if they had printed a card, like, on the same power level of Test of Iron Grip that, like, just destroys Verdance and destroys Gravy. It's like, why would you not just play Guardian now? Now it's just the best thing we can be doing unless you're trying to actively counter it. So I think we have to be a little careful, especially with the card pool that's already out there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say that we need a bunch more powerful cards. What I'm saying is that the floor for someone to get into Guardian, there should be cards that do like a little bit more to other classes. Like, I'm not saying I need Chokeslam, but now it comes in for 7. I'm saying I want a different variant of Chokeslam at blue that comes in the Guardian Mastery Pack that does like something slightly annoying for any deck that it hits. Like, Debilitated, I think, is maybe even a better example, where like, if you decide not to interact with what I'm doing at all, then I do have some impact on your turn by reducing how much you're going to hit me for next turn. It just hits everybody.
So are you saying you want like that same card but like 1 stat higher? Is that what you're saying? Or you want that same card but a sideways design?
Exactly. I want it sideways, and I want that to be like, if this is your entry point for Guardian, this is the floor, this is where you should be getting in. You don't have to buy multiple.
So you just want new versions of cards that we already have in Guardian.
I'm not saying like explicitly I need new cards. I'm trying to say that like even if you reprinted it, I'd be fine. It's just as a product. If this is supposed to be the entry point for Guardian players, it should have the form.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I agree with that. Well, so here's my hypothesis. The cards that are reprinted are those staple cards. That's what I would assume is the case. But because we've seen 40 cards out of the set. I have it pulled up right here. We've seen 40. I'm on
that many, I
card
don't
stuff.
think, right?
We've seen 40 cards from the set, and we know that there's a significant number of reprints, right? So if this product is designed for players to get into it, I think you're 100% on point. I think those cards that you're mentioning, the sort of core cards that make up a Guardian deck, are the reprints that we'll be seeing.
Oh, then
right?
I'm totally on board with this whole
so-
thing, and yeah, we're on the same page exactly. That was my, I guess, trepidation with following along with your line of reasoning. Was if we haven't seen any of these yet, I want to see that they're included if this is going to be your baseline entry point.
Okay, so if those cards aren't included, and we get reprints of a bunch of like blue Guardian auras that people don't play, we can all agree that's probably a bad choice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. I think I would agree with that as well, because we have only seen 40. How big is the set? I forget. 100.
It's 113.
I think it's 140.
It's 113 cards that are Guardian, and then like 14 or
Yes.
so generic expansions, I think.
Yeah. So,
One-
I mean,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
leaves
no,
a
way
good
more than that.
chunk.
20. Is it?
I think you
You
can
got
also
17
include.
not-
I would take it back a little bit that there are some auras that I think they could put in that would be acceptable, like Embolden or something, because
Oh, sure. No, of course.
or Towering.
But I'm just
Titan.
saying, like, if it was, if it was a bunch of random cards that like we clearly aren't already playing or haven't even dabbled with, if they're reprinting those, that would probably not make sense. But if it's like the Debilitates of the world, then that's like a windmill slam dunk because you have already played those multiple times. See, like that to me feels like what they're going to put in that reprint slot. But then why would they feature that? No one's going to go, oh, yes, we get Debilitate Blue. My WTR is coming back. And like, no one's going to hype that up, right? So they, of course, wouldn't show that.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I believe we're supposed to know the whole set on Thursday because they're doing the full box mastery pack at Gen Con.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
So Thursday is when I assume we'll see it. We might see it earlier if they want to release the whole suite, but
If they
Thursday
really want to
probably.
go hard, they do what they do with Mucho Grande and give a bunch of new art to this like Chokeslam Debilitate line, and it would go so hard.
I really hope they do that.
I think they are. And check this out. I pulled it up on the fabtcg website. It's a 130 card set. And apparently 70 of those cards are going to be new cards. And we've seen 40 of those new cards.
Okay.
So there's still 30 that they're keeping in their back pocket. And of course, then there's still the reprints that we're going to be getting as well. The other interesting point about this set is that it is the basis for Smash Palace. It's how you engage with the Smash Palace product, which is an all Guardians in an arena fighting and multiplayer set. And so it has to also function in that axis as well. So that's why we have so much Guardian interaction within this set, because you're going to be playing 4-player Guardian versus Guardian versus Guardian versus Guardian matchups, right?
and like the heroes from the Smash Palace are super cool. By the way, if you guys haven't looked at them yet or read through them,
Well, they're pretty cool. I hope that we get like more
Yeah.
outside of this like playable iterations of those heroes because they're very interesting.
I think we're supposed to get the adult Bravo, correct? Like that's what I've been told.
I don't know.
If we do, it's just
we
like
go.
I don't
be
know. I don't see that happening before this Bravo LLs because it's just like a strict upgrade almost.
Yeah, I mean, it has to come from Arsenal.
Yeah, but like, I feel like it's a very low cost to to entry for the increase in power you get on that card.
Okay.
That's me.
I just want to play Showtime again.
That's a card. I
miss
love
that card.
Showtime, bro.
Turn 1 Showtime is Peak Guardian. So we're looking at that though, and we also are missing one more legendary. Maybe a reprint, maybe like a tech plating with new
I
art.
think we're
Would probably be
Ooh,
my guess.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
nice. I think we're due for a legendary head. I thought maybe I'm making that up though. That might be. I thought I heard that, but I could entirely just be misremembering.
Oh, Oh man, you got some spy. I haven't heard that at all.
Yeah, it could just be me. I'm making stuff up. Don't worry about it.
Sam's trying to cover up right now that he knows people in high places that he's not telling us about. He's like, oh, I made that up.
That's
I
what I'm
made that
hearing.
up. When the L headpiece comes out, I'm going to clip this shit and send it to y'all.
Hey man, how'd you know about this?
I divined it, just
Lucky guess.
Lucky guess. What else do you know about this set? Do you have any other foresight? I'm just wondering.
Oh god. All right. Well, with Mastery, jeez, the Mastery Guardian pack coming out, we've got Super Slam on the horizons. How, like, I see the Guardian Mastery pack. I see a lot of this like standard Guardian. When I think about the Guardian Classic, a lot of these cards kind of fit that mold. And when I look at Super Slam, it's like,
Dude,
what's going on? These things look crazy, right? Like,
dude, they are bar none the most unique looking cards I think we've ever seen. Like, if you just like look at like Bully Tactics, Mocking Blow, Spew Obscurities, dude, these cards are so crazy that any other Guardian card, I'm throwing my 0 for 5s in Guardian. It's like, what is happening? Was it Bask in Your Own Greatness?
Intimidate.
The one that creates might so you can... Dude, what is Dude, these cards are so cool. Just for the fact that I have no idea how this Guardian is going to be built. Because, like, whenever I think about Guardian, as you mentioned, I think about Disable, I think about Debilitate. I'm looking at this hero, I don't know what I'm playing. Like, I have 0... I think this is the first time ever that I haven't been able to put my finger on what he's actually trying to achieve with the full kit. And I think that is such a big step in game design for me. Because, like, usually I see, like, whenever they release Jarl, you read the hero text and you know exactly what you want to be doing. Or, even with Volda, you know exactly what you want to be doing. I see these heroes, 0 idea what to buy, what to prep for. I'm in the dark until we see the whole set. And I think that's just, like, such a neat thing about this set that I'm really excited for the Super Slam set.
I kind of figured somebody besides me was going to have something to say about Super
I
Slam.
just knew you were excited, so I was going to let you
I
take
cannot
that.
help it. Like, I'm just so ready to get to the Super Slam set. Like, it's going to be freaking awesome. We are getting the first 5 intellect hero ever. Like, actually 5 intellect, not like the secret hidden 5th intellect with, like, cross wrap or, yeah, like all that kind of stuff. Like, we have actual 5 intellect hero. Who cares if I can't block? I'm going to have a great time doing it. I am so excited to play this card, dude. Like, Liath the Lion, as I'm calling it. Absolutely. You're going to pry it from my cold, dead hands. Love this hero.
I think they messed this set up, actually. I think they totally misprinted a hero because I don't know if y'all see this, but Pleiades is supposed to be a bard. Are y'all kidding me with this? She's got a good straight up guitar. She plays auras out there. Like, it's all about singing. She's got a suspense mechanic. Like, I mean, come on. How is this not a bard? Am I right?
I know.
They just don't want us to play that.
I think they should have just committed.
I honestly think
they should have just committed.
She was a bard. And then they swapped it around for the set. If I'm being honest, that's like my tinfoil hat theory I'm running with right now.
So,
I can see it.
I have the same one.
I just think they couldn't figure out how to make limited work with her being a bard, probably.
That makes sense.
I mean, like, wasn't High Seas also supposed to be, like, merchants, and then they switched it to pirates?
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be the same, like, we tried. Let's go the other way.
Straight up. No, I agree. I think that's exactly what happened. I don't know if that's the case, and I have no, prior knowledge, but, I mean, you look at the art, you look at the effects, you look at the keywords, and you go, are you kidding me? I mean, literally, her instant is called Thespian Charm. Like, how do we not go, oh yeah, that's definitely a bard. You don't go Thespian Charm and you're like, Guardian. That's what I'm gonna guess. All right, and you're not like random polling people on the street and you're like, what do you think about theater kids? Guardians, clearly, definitely. Like, come on now. This is not where we're going here.
Yeah, once they like revealed the her version, I guess, of Sigil of Brilliance, was it in the palm of your hand, the instant aura that when it draws or enters, draw a card? It's literally called in the palm of your hand, and I was like, that's not a Guardian card at all. Like, why is and it blows my mind too because it's a Guardian instant that's not a spec. So I was like, Bravo's gonna be in the palm of my hand.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
this is
true.
this is like,
Oh
what?
my god, I didn't
What?
realize
It is a
that.
generic Guardian card.
It's
It's
like,
kind of
okay.
wild.
Yeah, I was like, this is it good?
I
don't know. Am I
think
gonna play
it's
it in Bravo?
I mean, it's 2 cards for 2 cards on the surface, so if there's more generic suspense stuff, maybe.
I think
don't
you hit
know,
the
but-
nail on the head earlier. I have no clue what to make of like any of these heroes. I guess
Yeah.
that's fun. That's exciting, but like, what? I don't
Yeah.
know. I have no idea, but I'm kind of excited to see how it all comes out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's my brute with power 2. It's like, is that good? I don't know. It's just like it's so unique, and that's
Yeah.
the thing I like about it. It's because it's like you see Aurora and you're like, oh, go again, dot deck. You see Florian, I'm gonna activate grass. I still have no idea. There's no weapons in this set apparently to be draftable weapons. So I'm just like, how do I win? How do I win a game?
Yeah, would you know that some of the expansion slots are going to be the weapons for these heroes? We've already seen Pleiades. I don't know if we've seen anybody else's yet.
Oh, we've seen hers.
We've seen the art for hers in that it says hammer,
Oh.
but they didn't reveal all of the text, only like half of it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, a
gotcha.
little teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we even get to play this set, which I think it comes out right before Worlds, correct me if I'm wrong, a couple weeks beforehand, we
Yes.
get to do the incredible Flesh and Blood activity of ProQuest season. Everyone's
my
favorite
gosh.
topic right now.
I think. Hold on. You just said that. I know this is totally off
Oh, you're
topic.
totally fine.
You just said her Pleiades. She has a hammer.
They're calling the guitar
Yes.
hammer.
Bro, that should have been an axe. Get out of here. Okay, go on. I'm sorry. You may continue.
We know.
Oh,
we
we
know.
know.
We all
That's so
talk
We all
about
bad.
thought the
I
same
did not
thing.
realize that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Also-
I'm sorry to derail the train of thought there, everybody. That's an
know.
L right there.
Yeah, it is.
I guess he wanted to pummel it. Whatever. Stupid Guardians with their pummel.
Yeah, he
blah,
gets it. He's
blah.
played Guardian before. He gets it.
I've been pummeled before, thank you. I have one trick and it's pummel.
But when it wins games,
Wizard,
I
take
don't
this one
need another
trick. Ooh.
Please.
Clearly, it doesn't win games, or I would have done better at the PT. Like, right? Clearly, it doesn't win games.
Guardians
By the
love
way-
this one thing and it's disgusting.
But by the way, Zach, I want to let you know I stayed up till like 3 o'clock at my time to watch your games. I went to bed whenever you were playing against a Jarl because I was like, oh my god, he's gonna win the calling. And then I wake up and I have a live clip of you. And I came in 21st. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
what happened?
I don't want to derail the podcast, but maybe we can come back to like my calling
no,
or
it's
something later.
Just
But, like,
let
Yeah.
it rip, man. We're here for a good time.
dude, so like this Jarl had Sledge, 2 copies of Remembrance, and this guy was playing like 12 defense reactions. Like, no shade. They were all for other matchups, but he was like, oh, these are really good. I'm just gonna jam them in there. So I did this thing where I was up like 15 life and like I had the game won, and then I drew like 3 Guardian hands in a row where I was like, here's a Cranial Crush, or like here's this really sad like 3-card 6 thing. And we both got to the end of the game, and I needed one more turn to be able to do the pot agreed trick with Riches of Triple Donny to draw Golden Sun and Blue, and I would have won the game. But he had Terra Sunder the turn before that, and I just ended up losing. It was
Good.
it was pretty sad.
Feel our pain.
Bro,
Feel our
what is
pain.
this?
You earned that as a Guardian player. Soak it up. The tears, the Guardian tears. Oh, he had Terra Sunder. I had pitch stacked. Oh no, He had an end game plan. Oh no! The first cycle he had, wait for it, D-reacts. The second cycle he had disruption.
Bro, I'm being torched worse right now than I was last week by Nathan. Like, what's happening right now? When I'm not talking about playing card games with you guys, I'm just going to talk about things that don't involve me moving forward.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get Kevin on next week. We're going to make sure that he torches you, too. Don't
Dude,
worry.
please.
I also want to say, you were so locked and loaded to just start that story as well. He's like, oh, go ahead. So anyway, there I was. Just like pulling into that thing full stop. Like, he was ready.
Dude,
He's been living rent-free.
This is my third major event this year that I've had a winning into top 8 that I've lost. Like Battle Hardened Memphis,
I hate
PT
that.
London, and now calling Singapore. I've lost my winning into top 8 all 3 times. And
Have you tried not
bro,
losing?
I'm telling you, I'm gonna be known as the guy who loses his winning in. And like, I don't want to be remembered as that. Like, come on.
Don't put that on yourself. Don't put that. It starts with your own mentality. Don't put that on yourself. You just missed. That's it. You just
Thanks,
missed.
man. I appreciate it.
Just missed.
All I want to
Okay.
see now when I go to Kansas City is Zach in round 13 for a winning win. Oh, please, dear God.
Nah, he's
That's all
gonna be
I wanna
locked.
see.
He's gonna be locked. That's what it's gonna
Dude,
be.
after they brought out Testifying Grip, I told Curly, I said, get the credit card out. My ass is going to Kansas City.
Get the credit card out, dog. They should only be debit. It should only be
Bro, I use
debit.
credit cards for all of my travels. It gets so many miles out of this stuff, dude. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
what you
me?
talking about, Taylor?
Yeah, that's value plays. That's what a true guardian does. Come on. All value. It's all value. Oh yeah, that's right. I get to block for 4 and draw a card.
Oh,
Value.
1,500 miles on top of it?
Oh, I'm playing the long game. I'm gonna get some points, and then I'm gonna spend those points
God.
for $2 off my next flight. I'm a guardian player.
Oh, my gosh.
Taylor, when you ended this, please, God, send me the clip of this. I have to have this. I'm just going to, like, save it and watch it once a day. Oh, my God.
Looks over at the American airline 1,700.
I will say, flights to Kansas City, surprisingly cheap, actually.
They are.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, for you.
For you, you got like the same
Dude.
price I did.
Bro, how much were your flights, Taylor? I was like, my flight was pretty cheap, I thought.
Well, like the original flight was like 450. And I was like, what the
Yeah, but
heck?
you
And
didn't pay
then
that.
it like dipped down. I paid 260 for the flight, and I was still a little angry about it.
260 is still high for that.
That's less than what mine was.
I'm just super cheap.
I'm coming from further and
Look.
mine's 250, so I felt pretty good about it.
Man, mine was
Dude,
310.
I would stand in the back by myself for like $50 less. Okay, I'm one of those guys.
dude,
I'll just
have you
stand.
seen that they're actually doing that? They're setting up on
Yeah,
my
Yeah, your boy will be standing room only moving forward on flights for less money. 100%.
maybe only
I
like
can
the
fly there
I'll just have a
for
little tray in front of me,
170.
goldfish.
170?
170.
Wow, that's crazy.
Dallas flies out of a Southwest hub though, so if you take Southwest, you just
Oh, nice.
hit that pretty cheap.
Nice. So is everybody going to Kansas City?
God.
Everybody here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I might not be. It's cheap for me to go, but it's the first week of my kids' school. Like they'll have just finished up their first week of school, so I'm kind of iffy on it. Like it's super easy for me to just go for like the weekend and come
Sure.
back, but I don't know. We'll see. But I have
Yeah,
a deck
that's
ready
actually-
to go. So
That's actually one of the things is like when I was prepping for this tournament, I was like, I'm taking no PTO like a psychopath. And so
Samesies.
like we're leaving at 10 o'clock p.m., landing at like 11 p.m. there. And then we're leaving at like 7 p.m. on Sunday, getting here like 12. I'm not taking any work time off. I'm just grinding this out. It's a business trip.
So
Like,
the sick part of my job is I work 410s, so I just
Oh, nice.
take a long weekend.
That's
It's
awesome.
dope.
oh,
there you
I
go.
think Taylor and I are going to be on the same flights because I land in Kansas City at like 11:54 or something like that.
oh wait. Is yours a layover?
I go
in
to Charlotte and then fly to Kansas City. So
Oh my God,
me and
dude.
you, me
Oh
and
my
you and
God.
the flight attendant standing up in the back talking the whole time.
Standing room only.
That's right.
It's me, you, and Aaron. It's me, you, and
Listen,
Aaron.
I've had
Let's
worse
go.
company on a plane. I'll take that, dude. I'll take that.
Hey, by the way, do you want to share an Uber?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Twisted my
Okay.
arm.
That's the value Guardian play.
Yeah,
God,
baby.
this is gonna be such a meme.
All right. I think we've derailed enough. Kansas City's on the horizon, but right after Kansas City, we got ProQuest season. And if you're living under a rock and don't know, now if you win a PQ, you can no longer go to any more PQs. It's brand new news that just came out to us.
Yeah, they lock the doors on you.
Yeah, they're just,
Can't walk in.
it's
They
crazy.
actually do that to me.
Yeah.
I heard that if you try to go in, then they call the police and just like SWAT the place. But
You're like, there's a degenerate. That person already won. And guess what? They played Guardian. So, I mean, really. And then they kick you out.
They won off of Guardian. That's pretty good. Then the Mastery Pack's
I
doing
think
its
my
thing.
favorite part
There
is
you
that
go,
Sam
see?
was like, "Oh, SWAT!" Like it's not just normal police. Like they call in the tactical unit for the dude wearing a headband and a Hawaiian shirt with his fucking wife on it. Like, come on. Joke's on you guys. I'd have to win a ProQuest first.
There it is. There's the punchline. Thank you for taking that to its logical conclusion. I didn't want to be the person to say it because that's such a good ending. Oh, thank you.
all right. So everyone's got very heated opinions on this. So let's give it a rip. Taylor, how do you feel about this?
I actually like the change. I've been kind of affected by, I think one of the reasons that they incorporated the change was like gold foil grinding. Now I understand the reason like people don't like it is because they don't get to play Flesh and Blood once they win. That's not an issue for me, which is fantastic. But another thing is, it's like I just wish they would get rid of the gold foil and release like a promo card, like oh, here's a cold foil, blah blah blah. It's worth $100 or something, and allow players to keep playing in ProQuest after they win or something like that, and they can pass it down. But like the gold foil itself just causes so many issues, at least here locally for me, because a lot of people will come out and just try to grind that gold foil, and it's like this is a great thing. All my locals are very happy. I'm very happy with it. It does affect me somewhat, but it's not like something that I'm really dreading. At the end of the day, it's like, hey, I'm going to these ProQuest to qualify for the Pro Tour. That's what the Q stands for. I'm not here for anything else. I'm happy if I win it, get to go home. I did what I was going to do. So at the end of the day, I'm happy with the change. I can understand the unhappiness from some people, but it is what it is, and there's no stopping it. So I'm not going to cry about it. How about everybody else?
I'm gonna opt to go last here. I want somebody else to go because I have like kind of a weird take on this one.
Okay. All right. So I'll interrupt then. I kind of dislike this change. I think for less conventional reasons. Nowadays, I am very fortunate to have a team to test with. Before this, PQ seasons and RTN seasons are like the number one way I got to actually test how well I am performing against good players. And I would go to all the ones I could go to. And I've never personally had the problem of winning more than one that I would have now. But I have had situations where I went up for a weekend 2 PQ seasons ago with my buddy. And we decided to go to a couple different ones together and stand with his points. And I got third on Saturday. And if I'd won that one, he would either have to go up to Jersey by himself or decide not to go. And that's really lame. I don't like that. That feels bad. Second thing, the promos are getting like wildly expensive. I didn't get to go to almost any PQs last season, so I had to buy my batter tool pulps. And those things are not cheap. They're like $70 a pop. That's like, I think something they could fix on the other side that is kind of not really a problem for this long term, as long as they stop doing these promos that only come for events. I think they should always be included, even at like a lower rarity, in some fashion in sets that come out later. And then, I guess, to kind of build on that, if anyone was like me and didn't have a team and wanted to get good practice, there isn't a better way to do it than going and testing yourself against people at PQs, in my opinion. I am worried that there will be a lot of feel bad where people will spike their first week or their second week even, and this one's kind of long. I think it's October 4th to the first week of November, so it's like a 5-week PQ season. If you win any of those first 2 weeks, it's gonna feel really bad if you can't go to the ones later. Especially like if you're someone who's like on the cusp and you want to like I don't know even just go to like Worlds in Philly, which is very much within driving distance from my region, and you just want to play in the calling. And there's gonna be a lot of really good people at that calling that just didn't quite convert at points. If you want to actually have a chance there, I feel like missing out on PQ season is one of the absolute worst ways for you to lose a lot of prep there. But that's kind of my soapbox for this whole thing. It's not a bad change for, spreading out the invites, which I think is kind of like the purpose of this whole thing. And I think that gold foil farming is obscene, and we should never have stories where someone drives to Saskatchewan, Canada to like spike 3 PQs in a weekend. That's like, that should never happen. You should never wake up one morning and say, holy there's some pro player here for all 3 PQs this weekend. That's nuts. But I think tackling that problem could be done a little bit differently. And I think that the problems that I'm raising can also be addressed in different ways. And I hope that when they do this dev talk that I've been promised with Brian in a couple months, that they kind of address these issues.
Sam, I think you hit on the exact and really my only qualm with this change, and that is what it means for people who win in the on the first ProQuest of the weekend and are hanging out with their friends, planning on doing all the ProQuests, because then they're stuck in this awkward moment of like, okay, do I travel with my friend, or now that I've qualified, I can't play, so I'm going to sit there for 8 and 9 hours in like a place like 4 hours away while my friends. Maybe I can talk them through matchups and, like I can help in that way. And maybe I can do some pickup games on the side. But fundamentally, you're like, well, maybe my time is just better served staying home. So in that one aspect, I think like that's my biggest qualm. And I think you hit on some other things that I totally agree with. But if I had to pick, I'd prefer this change over what they had before. I think this change is a net positive, and it'll get more players that will come out to PQs because they aren't intimidated by the possibility of having to face the same like tournament grinders at all of the ProQuests. The moment that person wins, you're like, wait a minute, maybe I have a shot. Maybe this is an opportunity for me. And you also hit on a very good point as well, the idea that like if I'm someone that's on the cusp of becoming a better player and like feeling like I can take the next step, if I win one, I don't have that practice spot. But then you gave the answer to that conundrum, and it's time for you to join a team. Because if you are trying to make the next step and you do win a ProQuest against people, and you did that on essentially your own, outside of maybe testing like on random pickup games after an armory, maybe it is, if you want to step up, maybe it is time for you to join a team and like start testing with people. I don't necessarily think like them removing your ability to play at ProQuests should in any way, shape, or form hinder your ability to grow as a player. It just means that you need to take steps to further yourself outside of just, I'm going to show up tomorrow at this ProQuest instead. I think that's a net positive for community as well, because now you're getting with like-minded players who are trying to grow as well. I think all of what you said, I think is very valid, and I think there are answers in a lot of what you said as well. I think this is a positive overall for the game and for the player base, because hopefully more people show up to these events, more people play in these events, and if more of these things are firing and more of this product is out there and more of these promos are available, maybe the price goes down too. Probably not a ton, and probably not enough to what it needs to, because yeah, I think you're 100% on. Those promos at the price that they are probably too expensive.
Like, so I get it.
Yeah, very few people get it, and I'll get comments every now and again that are people like, like you should really play more, and I'm like, I would love to play more. What does that mean? Making less for you to watch while you poop. So if that's what you want, if that's what you appreciate, if you don't want to listen to me do videos while you cook or while you eat cereal at 10 p.m., fine. I get to play more Flesh and Blood, but that seems very, very self-serving.
No,
right?
I agree. Completely agree.
All right, Zach, Lambasses.
What? What did you say?
Yeah.
Was that English?
Lamb-based. He wants us to get lamb-basted. Lambasted.
I apologize for my colorful lexicon. Would you please continue?
What is happening? You guys have broke me. Are we like turkey basting right now? What is going on? I'm sorry. I thought this was a podcast. And the fact that Steven's so calm is blowing my mind right now. Like, it's just been hard.
It means criticize harshly.
He's a teacher. He knows the SAT
Yeah,
words.
you could have said that.
Yeah.
Some of us went to county school, okay? Leave me alone.
All right, Zach, we're ready to get cooked. Go ahead, cook.
All right, so it turns out that my opinion is not as crazy as I thought. Everybody else here seems to share a lot of the same opinions. I think this is an overall like Steven, kind of everybody said that this is an overall net positive for the game. You're enabling more players to be able to play, and I think that one of the biggest things that we'll see. It won't feel like more players at first, maybe this first season, but I think it really brings down a lot of that intimidation factor, and I think that's one of the big non-tangible things that we're going to see coming out as we go through more ProQuest seasons, and I really like that. The one problem, the one real big issue from a price standpoint, it feels bad for a lot of the competitive players, is that Batter to a Pulp is $60 a card, which is outrageous to me. And I earned all three of mine from playing in ProQuest last season, so to have to buy those feels bad. But like everybody said, I think there's a very, very logical, way to fix that. And it's hey, maybe let's not make these promos. This be the only place in the world you can get these promos. And all of a sudden things are a lot better. So, I mean, the weird, very small percentage scenario where you're the person that drove, 3 hours away, and now you're stuck Sunday sitting in a hotel all day or at a game venue or something like that because you can't play, does feel a little bit bad. But I don't think that's going to come up that regularly for people, or maybe I'm pulled out there. But I have a pretty interesting take about this that kind of transition here, and I think this change came from the fact that there were so many people bragging about how many ProQuests they were winning and how many gold foils they were sharing online. I'm dead serious. I'm not trying to point the finger. I'm not trying to start a fight in the comments. But if you are one of the people who doesn't like this change, then maybe don't sit around and say, oh, I won 5 gold foils this ProQuest season. It's I think this is your fault. And not to steal this take, Dylan, TCG Talk, said this in my Discord, and that set this big light bulb off in my head. So I'm not going to steal his thing, but I think that's 100% accurate.
I think we're all pretty aware of Dylan's take, actually. At least me and Steven. I know Steven talks to him a lot, and Dylan's my local, so I talk to him about this kind of stuff pretty often.
Oh, nice. So you guys probably heard it before I did. Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I literally...
we talked about it. Yeah, he gave his take last night on Give and Take too, which was fun to listen to as well.
We were talking about it in the local chat, and I think it was the morning after it came out, and I woke up and opened the chat, and it was you have 120 unread messages, and I was I don't know who.
Complete tangent here. You guys need to do Give and Take more.
I'll write that down.
I'm telling you, I love Give and Take.
Write that down.
It's one of my favorite things that you all do. And you guys should do that more. I'm being very greedy right now by requesting more of that, but I think you should do more.
I think we need to
content.
get special guests on. Y'all should come. Each of y'all should come on, and then just throw your hottest takes out there and see if you can take them down.
Oh
yes.
yeah, I'm all.
It's all coming together. Carly,
they're always so tepid with their takes. They're just not going to take the step forward that the show requires. So I need someone to come out with just that molten fire statement,
So I don't know if you ever watched our first episode, but we had this really cool guest on. His name is Anthony Vero. He is someone who does not know how to not give a hot take. That man would get your views through the roof.
It's just all take. That's it. It's just it.
Oh, jeez. All right. So I think that kind of neatly wraps out most of the things we want to talk about. We have some questions. I posted the Discord for some funsies. Most of the questions I got were along the lines of more just having fun questions for you, Steven. But I got one of the first one. Have any of us seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
No, but man, everyone's talking it up, right?
I've been hearing stuff about it all over the place that I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
I refuse to
I
watch
feel like
it.
almost every stream, somebody asks me if I've watched it, and if not, they suggest I watch it. Like, I've heard the soundtrack is gas, is what I've been told a bunch.
It better
So,
be good.
The soundtrack
man.
is
I'm
gas.
about to snap watch it.
I
at this
have
point.
heard some of the songs. They're actually pretty good.
So, am I hearing episode, was it 6, Breakpoints is just a watch party for K-pop Demon Hunters?
Dude, I gotta come for that, man.
That's just-
you kidding me? How am I gonna miss that?
That's just the second half of the podcast. We're just going to pop it on at the end of this.
And we just sit down and watch?
I'm starting it now, y'all. I'll see y'all in a bit. I got it in a second tab. Dude, Netflix, let's go. Let's begin.
All right. For a little bit more of a serious one, what do you think LSS can do to support a more casual community?
Oh, I love this question. Oh my gosh. I think they're on the right track. One, you have to get more people in the game, and then two, because I feel like the audience right now is so solidly in what they want to be in. Like, it's classic constructed because that's what LSS has fostered, and I think they're right for doing so because that's exactly what they want to be as a game. But now they're starting to bring more players in with easy to like pick up and play products, including armory decks, but even like the starter decks, the first strike decks. And then they're creating what we're about to get our hands on at Gen Con, if anyone's going to Gen Con, and that's Smash Palace. Stuff like that, products like that are easy gateway products and more engaging, like casual play products, on the table style products. That's where I think they'll make some hay. Is the game ever going to be casual like some of the other ones that are on the market today? No, and I don't think it should be, because the game system is set up to be this great competitive experience, but it can still be enjoyed at the casual level. And I've played a lot of games of UPF, probably far more than most, and the format is still incredibly fun and unexplored and unique, and products like this that are coming out are great ways to highlight how the game can be just played slightly differently. I think you can also do a bunch of other things, like Silver Age is a way to get more casual, because you can make the decks cheaper and therefore you can try more things without having to shell out massive amounts of money. But I think there's still going to be a race to the top of like, what's the best deck in the format? I'll just play that. And then you look at things that are very simple. Have an armory night that everyone has to play yellow cards, but you can't play prison. Your entire deck has to be yellow cards, but you can't play prison. Or play a deck where everyone has 5 intellect and just see what you can do. Like, just change the rules in one way. It doesn't have to be successful. It just has to be stupid and fun, right? Like,
I already know what I would do.
Single
easy
tail would
tweaks.
be
Already know what
awesome.
I'm doing.
Easy
Singleton?
tweaks. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, all I said was change one thing, and both of you went, that is casual play. That it doesn't have to be like, I have to dumb down my deck. You know, I have to play worse cards. That's not the point. The point is to do something that's not the norm. Because once it's the norm, it's like, okay, now I got to sit down and I got to grind the Syndra versus, you know, the Gravy Bones matchup and find my edge points. And okay, how can I get 5% in this matchup so that I don't feel like I actually hate myself? Like that, it just,
You say it like
everyone
that,
has to play.
but I love
Everyone
that.
has to. Well, and that's fine. You're allowed to love that. But if you're looking to build a casual like scene, you do weird things. You know, every card in your deck has to have red and green on it. Merry Christmas. If your art doesn't have red or green on it, or if it's not a red strip, I mean, you can like skirt the rules. I'm just gonna play 5. All my cards have red on it. Congratulations to me, haha. Right? Like that is the seed that creates a casual scene.
So to kind of take this question,
I love
and I
that.
feel like you kind of answered this, but I want to just like pick your brain a little bit here. Do you think there's a world where they could take a like a budget format, something like Project Blue, for example, and try to make it more like, you know, like casual based, or is it more just like a race to the best deck?
What does casual mean to you?
I don't know. Like, I guess armories are very casual to me, is how I look at it.
Why?
Because like win lose it doesn't matter. Like tonight at my armory, I went 1 and 2, and I had a great time. Like, and it just, I don't know. So I guess just like anything where like there's not this like crazy like, oh, I'm gonna feel bad because I lost the Guardian Mirror to my top 8 of a calling, like kind of thing. Like I think that makes it more casual for me, where there's not these like crazy high pressure stakes on the line.
See, this is why the question's so interesting. It's so difficult to pin down because your version of casual doesn't necessarily fit my version of casual. And so I can only give subjective unless we determine, like we start this, conversation from a point. This is the axiom. Casual means X. Then we'll just be talking past each other the entire time because my casual might not be your casual. But to me, casual is doing weird things and doing things that make the game like unique from week to week, right? I used to play Dice Masters, where the DM came from. And literally, when we would go and show up, it was like, okay, all of your cards have to be from this theme, or all of your cards have to be from this set. That's actually something that LSS did at the Celebrational. They said, you can build whatever you want from the 6 heroes from Heavy Hitters, and you can only include Heavy Hitters cards. That's casual in its inception, because you're doing something to constrain the deck builds to not make it just best deck, like full CC, just no, full stop. So like, I don't know, to me that's casual, but it could be different from to what you experience as casual.
So that's actually why I asked you that question, because there's a lot of people in the community who love you, man. You make a lot of great content, and there's a lot of people that are very drawn to you, and I meet a lot of people and they're like, oh, like, I got into the game because of DM Armada, and I know a lot of people who've said that to me. So I asked that because I wanted to hear your opinion. I think there's a lot of people out there who are curious to know, like, a lot of people ask about Project Blue. So I was just kind of filling that question for the people who want Project Blue to be a thing and also love DM Armada.
Yeah, I don't think Project Blue, or really any format, is casual inherently. You know what I mean? Like, Commoner. Do you all play Commoner?
Uh-huh.
Every now and again,
Commoner
yeah.
League, actually, here this past couple months.
Commoner, to me, doesn't feel casual. Even though you could describe it as budget because it's, decks are cheap and easy to get, to me it doesn't feel casual. But that's because of the way I interface with it. I only play Commoner if I'm at like a side event and it's the Commoner Gold Foil event, right? And so therefore you're not playing casually. So to me, like, you can make Project Blue casual, but what does that actually mean? No stakes, weird rule set that's super interesting to like engage with, doing something, forcing everybody to play like in a blitz format, 6 copies of a random card. Pick a random card. Everyone has to include 6 copies of Moonwish. Good luck. Like, that to me is like, I would show up for that armory night. Are you kidding me? Would you not show up to like, I got this crazy brew and I'm gonna do this. It involves crazy brew, and like that would be fun. To me, that's casual. So that's what I would love to see.
I just want you to run the rules for all my armories moving forward, because this sounds awesome. I love this.
Man, see, like, this is the great thing about coming from a different game and bringing like the way that like people interface with that game into this one or into any other game, because you can look at it and go, man, I remember when I had a document of 100 different variants, because that game involved cards and dice, so it had more like more levers that you could pull. It's like, okay, all your dice have to have the number 5 on it, or all your dice have to be yellow, or like all your characters had to be from the Marvels, like a Marvel set, or all your characters had to be from a DC set or a Dungeons and Dragons set. So like there were all these levers that you could pull to make the game interesting on a different axis, and it would like force creativity. And that is something that I would love to see Fab like armories become. It's like forced creativity. And it doesn't have to come from LSS. So don't think that like LSS needs to institute every Saturday, the 23rd, is going to be Yellow Day, and all of you, I've decreed that all of you must play Yellow decks. It doesn't have to be that, but like you can do that at the local level,
Yeah, we actually have a local that makes a cube for every single set that comes out, and we always spend like 2 or 3 weekends every 3 months just playing their cube, and it's always such a blast.
I like that.
I like that though. That's awesome. I really enjoy the idea there of how to make it a little bit more casual.
All right, that kind of wheels in a little bit because you just spoke about the celebrational event and heavy hitters. I got another question that was, I really enjoyed your story time by going to New Zealand for the heavy hitters preview, and you discovered how the card game is secondary to good company. Do you have any other stories like that you'd want to share?
I would not say the card game is secondary to good company, but I would say that the card game fosters the company, right? Like, it is the reason that we were all there, but it wasn't the idol that we set on top, and then, you know, like 2 hours when we weren't paying attention to that thing, we were talking to each other about that thing. It was just like, it was the thing that brought us together, and then we enjoyed the experience there. And honestly, it is one of the most beautiful representations of the ethos of Flesh and Blood, which is bringing people together to play great games. I feel like a very similar thing with Worlds in Barcelona, because like my wife and I got to go on that trip, and we got to I got to play with just great people. I got to have like dinner and breakfast with great people, and then I got to wake up and realize I'm in a beautiful place that I never would have visited, and I'm seeing like this incredible architecture, and I'm in this breathtaking cathedral, and I'm walking through this beautiful house designed by someone 100 years ago, and it's because of a trading card game. So like that was another one of those moments. And funnily enough, my wife was having a very similar experience. Never played a card game, not one of those like types of people. She had never been to an event that I had ever been to, and at this point I'd been commentating many events. I'd been playing in events and things like that. And when she walked into that venue, like on the first day of Worlds, and like just did the spin around to see, she understood like the draw and why I was always wiped at the end of the day, because it was wall to wall. And she said as much. She was like, I didn't understand it before, but once I got there, I was like, this is what it makes sense now. And she's had a lot more of an understanding of like what it looks like to go to these types of events and to engage with these types of people. And it's super cool.
All right, one last one to wrap it up. Where is Cookus, captain of the DM Armada, at this very moment?
I'm in my office. I'm on cloud 9 because I get to play pirates in Flesh and Blood. I'm in Dallas. I don't know which one of those is the correct answer, but they're all
right.
correct.
I think they all three come
Heck yeah,
together
man.
for the perfect answer.
Yeah, they do. I'm just waiting for Pirates 2, Electric Boogaloo, whenever that comes now.
Higher seas.
Dude,
Really hope they named it.
we got high tide, now we need low tide.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So, this is completely just me making things up. But the fact that we're going straight back to Asia, specifically Japan, for the next PT, makes me suspicious that MST2 is coming.
Yeah, like,
I could see that.
well. So here's my thing: is like I
I'd
think
be really excited about it.
you
Oh
just have it on
God.
your table,
Yeah,
just chilling. I love that.
Cards. Yeah.
Guardians hate this one trick.
Facts, bro. Facts.
So, I believe like we are aware that Aurora comes in the middle of next year.
Yes.
And then the first set is Monarch. So there is a set there that's just like chilling in like March, April.
I'm just saying.
Well, if the first set's
Ple-
Monarch, that would come out in what, like
January.
January-ish, right?
January.
Yeah.
So then
They've like said that like 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
this would be in like May, right? Or maybe it would be April.
Yeah, it'd be April, 4 months. Oh my gosh, a day 1 pro tour. I'm just kidding.
Please no. Please no.
I'm saying they did it for US, and that's what's
Please
stopping
no.
them now.
Please no.
But please be like Mystic Guardian, Mystic Warrior, Mystic
All right, now we're talking.
anything but assassin.
Now we're talking.
Anything but assassin.
Mystic Wizard.
I don't-
Mystic Pummel.
Shut up. God, get off. Get off your high horse, Victor. We get it.
Oh man, if you had
+4, discard a
done
card.
that whole thing about Pummel at the beginning, I wouldn't have said anything, man. I wouldn't have said anything.
Look at me. Oh, yeah, I've got a headpiece that searches out Pummel from my deck. Oh,
Go
guess
on.
what? My headpiece
Go
blocks too.
on. This is what I'm talking about.
Traverse
Traverse the
pummel.
Pummelverse. Oh.
traverse the pommel.
Yes. Oh,
What would I even want to see from it? Like a Misville says? Like, I think I want Ranger, Guardian, Warrior. I think that would be like my like
Wait, what was the third one you said?
Warrior, Guardian, Ranger.
Warrior? Is that a class in Flesh and Blood?
Oof.
They don't even have a mastery pack. Like, what are we talking
You
about?
joke? This is true. The last 24 hours have been just insulting Josh Lau in our team chat. It's just like, it's
so Josh posted a bunch of these chibis that he used like ChatGPT to make of all the warriors, and then I responded with my own custom image of Enigma that just beating up all of the chibis.
And it's so good. It's so good.
Dude, I'm so sad, man. I think Warrior is like one of the best classes. By best, I don't mean good. By best, I mean fun. I think it's like such a fun class, like the idea, but like, man, what a way to go, right?
They just love underrated stuff, and I love it.
I don't know, Kasai's so good. She's still so.
She's
fun.
underrated right now. She's so underrated.
She's always been underrated.
Pretty real.
I mean, it's no Marlin, but
All right, and with that, thank you very much for joining us, Mr. DM Armada, for this lovely podcast. It was great to have you guys, and we will catch you all in another week. Have a wonderful weekend.